Hey everybody, what's going on, and welcome back to another little installation here. Today what we're going to do is we're going to go over how to create, real quickly, this little automated farm I have here, and I also found a new item that just came out shortly after I created the last video where we went on the journey to figure out how to make this. So we're going to go through real quick tutorial on how to do this, as well as how to fix a couple things like this one here, for instance, doesn't pull off, and we'll show you how to make those come out. Again, if it's your first time here, welcome. If you're a returnee, again, thank you for coming back and welcome back to Shabby Does Gaming. And let's just jump right in and get this started. So all we're going to need here is we're just going to need some wood platforms. We tried them before on Ruinous, very buggy, so we're going to use wood here again just for the security. Wood platforms, walls, some conveyor belts, just one harvester is needed, and we'll go into what this little absorber is after as well. So let's just get going here. I'm going to build this kind of in line with this, just so it comes out next to it. So again, this will be the platform here. Perfect. So we'll just go right next to this. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep this pretty even. I'm going to make it 16 long, so that way we'll use 3 sprinklers, and that'll give us full coverage on it. And I'm going to start it here. So what is this? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. So there's 16. So we got that there. Get the walls up. Oop, wrong side. Don't want the walls there. That's the side where we're going to have the conveyor belts and everything fall off. So we'll remove those real quick. Because how we are going to do the walls over here, we'll leave them as we do this part. We want them above. Because what that's going to do, like you can see on the other side over there, is that leaves enough room for the wheat to come out, and because there's enough work going on in there for the harvester bot that he doesn't get bored because there's nothing for him to grab and he starts to wander around, he never actually falls outside the platform. I've sat here for, well over an hour just AFK, and he's never fallen out, so I know that is very successful. And this is definitely the best way I've seen to do it so far. Plus it gets it in the air a little out of our way as well, which is really handy. So we're going to drop these down here now. Oh, they're a little buggy, huh? I don't know if that was just one. Push it in. Check on it in a bit. We had that issue with the Ruinous walls, and I realized that it can be better to place these wheat fields down first before you put the walls. I haven't been able to really nail down if that was the issue or if it was the Ruinous walls, but it definitely looks like it was the issue of the Ruinous walls. But if you do have some issues, just put the floors down first, then the wheat fields, okay? So now, and I've seen that these sprinklers pretty much hit, what is it, 4 to the left, 4 to the right? I think that's how it worked. Yep. So I can just plop this right in the middle here. So that'll take care of all of these, as we'll see in a second. It reaches all the way across. That one looks like it's just being missed. Nope, there it goes. And then right here. Perfect. Alright, now I'm just going to build. I'm just going to create like a little quick fake floor here just so we can have an easy way to get these conveyors down. Because I'm just going to put them right in line with us. I don't want to share them because of how I can show you in a bit how to get some extra wheat out of it if they don't happen to fall down due to gravity. And you can also implement this method wholly if you don't want to rely on gravity. So you could pretty much have this same setup anywhere else with what we'll show right at the end here. Alright, I'm going to test because you can see we've got a couple of those here. I'm going to see if that's actually worth it. So we'll double check on that. So we'll get this started here. So that's grown. Perfect. And obviously I didn't put any here because I've got this blocked off. Alright, let's toss him down. Just going to get out of the way so I don't pick it up. Alright, there it goes. Make sure I connected that right. Yeah, perfect. I just want to make sure it's going to go back into that same chest. And you'll just want the conveyor belts hooked up to a chest. I did make an extra chest. But, you know, I don't need 2 chests. 1 is good enough, like if I'm active enough. If you're find yourself less active around the area, you can definitely set up 2 different chests for each one if you need to, if you're going to have multiple. But that is it right there. That's how easy it is. And as you can see, it's going. So I'm going to show you real quick. That's why I have this kind of half wall here. So what you can do is if you're running into an issue like I was having with this one right there, like it's just not going out. And you know what? It just kind of happens. So what I can do, if I get rid of this now, just so that's not being blocked. So right here, this is a new item I noticed today when I logged in. So it's called the absorber, and it just sucks in items. So if I just plop this bad boy on here, oh, they just despawn, so we'll have to see that in a second. I'll destroy it on my own here. But what that does, it absorbs items from the ground towards it. It doesn't suck them in. It doesn't have its own internal storage, and that's why I have the walls below it as well, because they were falling off the map because they were getting sucked so fast. Okay, come on. There we go. So you can see, I picked those ones up, but they got sucked in, and now they're kind of hovering on the wall there. That'll shut off on its own periodically, and then they'll fall down. So that's also another way. So like if you're having issues with the gravity or you just don't want to go through this method, you can set up walls on the outside edges of the field and they'll suck them all in, and then you can just have little conveyor belts underneath them or around them so that they'll still go right into their chests. So, and that's definitely the best way that I've found to do it, and so I hope that this is the best way for you guys as well. Get that set up, then all you have to do, come down here, come back from an adventure. We got you get a ton of wheat, so you just come up, grab it all, go over to all your cooking pots here. Just start maxing it. Oop, well, missed that one. Just start maxing out on all your wheat. Make your wheat flour. This part I haven't figured out how to automate yet because when you dump the wheat itself into the giant hot pot, it does turn into wheat flour, but then that wheat flour will then turn into bread. So I'm trying to see if there's any way around it. Haven't put too much effort into it yet because this is still pretty quick. But other than that, you know, that's pretty much how that goes. So you can just, when that thing's full, you can pretty much fill up every single one of these here as well. And then you just go pick them all up. You know, have a couple of these going around. They take forever, so the more the merrier. Like I've got 80 going on that one. There's 11 here. I'll just throw these over here as well. You know, another 21. So that'll take some time. And that's why this is very important to do if you're looking to make vehicles, which we will be going over in probably our next episode as well. So definitely come back and check that out if you like this. We're going to make the motorcycle. We are going to make we're going to look into the hot air balloon, the helicopter. We're going to look into them all, see how useful they are for actually getting around the world. All right. So thank you for coming again. This is how you get an automatic farm. You know, it gives you all the wheat you're going to need, and it does it automatically. You can make them as long as you want. I highly suggest just using one harvester for these, simply because when there's no wheat for them, what can happen to them is they can wander. And if they try hard enough, they can get underneath that barrier. I don't know if that was part of the glitch that was happening with my other stuff, but one did get through in a test run, and it was because everything was glitching though, so that was the only time it happened. But what's very common that they do is they get stuck in corners. If you look at my last episode, you'll see one that just sits in the corner like this, and he will not do anything even though all the wheat is there. So you need to have more wheat than the harvesters can gather, so that way they're always spawning and it gives him something to do. Otherwise, if I put 2 in here, they're both going to get stuck in the corners later, and none of them will be harvesting anymore. All right, this was Shabby Does Gaming. Again, thank you for coming by, and I hope this tutorial helped you all. You have a good night.